What's going on, guys? Welcome to Barrookie. In today's video we're going to make a set of parallettes made out of a broomstick that costs 2.7 euros, almost 3 euros, and a piece of scrap wood that I had laying around. So if you want to buy this new, this would be like 5 euros. So in total a build that is under 10 euros. So let's get right into it. Okay, let's start with the build. So the first thing we need to do is to measure everything out, and that's why I made this beautiful picture here in paint. I used a base of about 150 millimeters, which is quite enough for me. The thickness of the wood is 30 millimeters. If you want very sturdy parallettes, I would suggest you go a little bit thicker, like more 50 millimeters, but that was scrap wood that I used, so I used what I got. Also make sure that you sand down every sharp edge, because you can cut yourself or you can be poked with those things. So keep that in mind. Make sure that everything is nice and smooth so you don't get poked while you're doing your exercises. Measuring from the top, I drilled my hole at 30 millimeters. So when you drill a hole all the way through, what will happen is that there will be splinters of wood that will shave off the surface of the wood. And you don't want that. This is called blowout. And to prevent this from happening, what I did was I drilled all the way to the middle, and then I turned the piece around and drilled from the other side. And that way the hole will be nice and smooth and the surface will be left untouched. So that is how I achieved this greatness. Once the holes are drilled, you can try to fit in the broomstick. And for me, that was a nice and snug fit. For the handles, I used a broomstick that was 28 millimeters in diameter, which is a little bit on the small side, but it's okay for me. Usually gymnasts use around 4 centimeters in diameter for their handles. For the broomsticks, I went with a length of 30 centimeters because that seemed about all right for me. Gymnasts typically use around shoulder width, which is probably like 60 centimeters, but I don't want to stand with both hands on one parallette. So for me, 30 centimeters is just fine. If you're putting in your broomstick, make sure that the lines are running on top of your broomstick, as you can see here, because this is going to be the way that the wood is the strongest and it will support the most weight. So it won't sag under your weight once you stand on top of it. Next to that, it's time to assemble the things, because this is a really easy build. Once you have 4 pieces of the blocks and 2 handles, you're good to go to assemble. The way I assembled this is by pre-drilling a hole and putting a screw in this. To make it a little bit nicer, I countersunk the screw so that the head is flush with the wood and the screw is not sticking out of the wood. That is about it. If you want to make this a lot nicer, you can put a finish on there, but for this video I don't think it's necessary. But you can customize as much as you want. You can even put your logo on it. This is how you make these wooden parallettes for only 5 euros. Very cheap, very sturdy, very durable, and it's a project that you can do on a Sunday evening, which I did in about 2 hours with figuring out where the drill bit was of 28 that I needed. So the things that you can vary are the length of the parallette and also the thickness of your bar. But what you also can do is make it a little bit thicker of a base depending on the wood that you have. But I think these are pretty sturdy, and we'll see how they work out in the end. If you look on the website of thenx, I think, from Chris Haria, you pay like $80 for this. For $80, you probably have a whole gym full of these. So just try it out, make something yourself, figure it out, and you'll have these awesome parallettes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Hope you got something out of it. I hope you now can make another piece of equipment for your home gym. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video!